Right, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another die-cast restoration video. So I hope everybody's keeping well and you're all raring to go and ready for this video. Okay, so before we start, I'd just like to say thank you for joining me again, and you know, thank you everybody who commented on my last video, and welcome aboard to any new subscribers. I hope you enjoy watching my channel. Okay, so this week, this is one I've had hanging about for a long time. It's a model, well, it's a combination of two really. I've been looking at it in the box, and I knew early on what I was going to do with it, because the way it was broken, and I have got two others of these. I think I got one from Peter Horton, and I'd got another one, I think, in one of the auctions. And so I have got one to restore how it originally was. It's a Dinky model, as you've probably already seen by the title, and it was a Dinky Toys Albion concrete mixer. And because I'd looked to repair it a couple of years ago, and then I thought it's going to be a lot of hassle. Well, I could have done, I suppose, but I thought I had my eye on it to do what I've done with it. And because I had a couple, you know, I had another bit that I'd had hanging around that nothing, it had a bit missing, if you like. I thought I'd put the two together and then come up with this. So yeah, I hope that you're going to enjoy this one. It's a, well, it's, you'll see what I do with it. I was going to, you know, I was just going to say what I've done with it, but you have a look at the video and see what I've done with it. So I hope you enjoy it, and as I always say, please sit back, relax, enjoy watching the video, see how I got on with this one. Right, let's take a closer look at this one. As you can see, this bit is broken, the mixer barrel is missing, the chute's broken. So I thought, okay, we're gonna, best thing to do with this one, I have got another one which is in good order with the barrel, you know, the drum on and everything, which, you know, I'm not sure whether to do it or leave it as it is, but anyway, we're doing this one. So yeah, I mean, you've guessed what I'm going to do with it because you've seen it on the turntable. So I'm going to try and make a little Arctic tractor unit out of it. I've never done one of these before. As you can see, the windscreen's all smashed, so we're going to have to do something with that. So yeah, I'll have to cut these bits off somehow, and this back chute, I have to cut it off there somewhere, and there. I don't really know quite how I'm going to do it, but anyway, we'll make it up as we go along. Okay, so we've got two rivets on this base here, which are tiny domed ones. I think there's a little dimple in the middle, it's hard to tell. Might have to put the punch in there. And this back bit, because obviously we're going to have to get all this gubbins out. You know, it'd be handy, I think. I suppose that one set of wheels isn't fixed to that. How does that go around when... It does go around though. Must be the weight of the truck on it. Anyway, it doesn't matter, we're getting rid of it anyway. So I might change the axle, put a different axle on, not to waste, keep this coggy one. Well, I could put that one back, but well, whatever happens, I'm going to have to put this plate back, and I told that's what holds the wheels in, I think. Yeah, that's what holds the wheels in. Okay, so we might leave that. Just take this round piece out, the bigger cog of the two. Not sure how it comes out. One end must come off. Probably this end comes off, I don't know. Yeah, I think it would be better to leave the axle, you know, thinking about it, because then I won't have to get that off. And there they are. Oh no, I think that wheel is fixed. Yeah, that wheel is fixed to it. It's just because the tyre was going around and the wheel, they're a bit loose. Okay, yeah, we'll leave that then. Obviously we'll have to get that off, and we'll try and get this big cog off, and then we'll see how we go with that. Okay, so this is the trailer. I had this trailer lying around. I know it goes with the AECs. It's not in bad nick, but slightly bent at the back there, missing the tailboard. I've got 2 or 3 of these, so I might probably do this in old CRAPAUD's colours. CRAPAUD Transport's colours. I think it'd be quite nice in that. Yeah, okie doke. So the trailer's pretty good. The bit that I don't like undoing is these wheels. I don't like taking them off really, but to clean it up and do a proper job, you've got to take it off really. And it's probably just glue them back, because that's about the best thing to do, I think, because there's no depth for a rivet. Yeah, so all the wheels are good, and that's the other reason the wheels on this will match the wheels on the truck. I had initially thought, because I've got this trailer loose as well, and I thought, well, I'll use this trailer tandem axle, but thinking about it, the poor old truck, it's a bit long for it, it's a bit big for it. She struggle once that's loaded, So I thought this one was a bit more in keeping, more the right era for it. How I'm going to fix it, I'm not sure yet. Because this works the opposite way round to this. With this I could have just put a pin up there, because the gubbins to hold the trailer on is on the trailer. This is the other way around. I mean, it will fit in that hole. We'll put something in that hole that will fit in there, but I'd like to have something, you know, to make it be able to lock in place, then reverse the truck onto it and lock it in place. We'll see, we'll see how we get on. Okay, so right, I'm going to get the tools, and then we'll get these rivets drilled out and get the base off and see what we've got. Well, I don't think my drill sharpening jig's much cop, because the bloody things, none of the drills that I've sharpened are working. So I've knackered them up. I should have kept, I should have just left them how they were. I'd go with a small one first. Oh, well, that one's drilling. That's one I sharpened. I wonder what went wrong with it. Okay, I think that should come now. I better leave these drills separate to the others. I'll have to put the others in a bag and then have another go at them. Right, screwdriver. That's not me, by the way. I mean, I need a screwdriver. Just in case you're wondering. Oh, well, there you go. I didn't even need to take that one off. It came off by itself. Okay, so we're going to get the wheel off that. My little rig file. Usual script. Smooth side to the wheel. Do the small mushroom, one big one this side, and one small one this side, thin one. Do the thin one. Be careful these wheels because they're plastic. Good job there's plenty of axle actually, so it makes it a lot easier. There's plenty of axle sticking out. I'm keeping my finger on the other side of the axle and pushing it up and holding this wheel down at the same time so it doesn't ride up with a vibration, because that can do that sometimes, and then you end up you know, hitting the wheel. We don't want to do that. No, we've still got a little bit to go. We're nearly there. Nearly there, but not quite. I'll probably be saying that for the next half hour. I'll just get this one off. You all know the script. There you go. See, she's off. These tyres are toast. Oh, they're hard as rock. So, just left that on the axle to get the tyre off. Ooh, there you go. That's all for the bin. Okay, so that's that one off, right. What are we doing now? Getting this off. I don't know what I'm doing that for. I need to get underneath this somehow. Bloody camera keeps swiveling around. I have done enough. There you go. So that's that out. Oh well, there, that's easy. Look, that just comes out like that. so we can keep this. We'll need this for holding the wheels in place, the axle in place. We'll see what we might have to do to put the trailer coupling. We might need to use that. Okay, so there's no need to take these wheels off. I'll clean them up. Can't get the bloody tyres off because they're rock hard. There you go. I could soak them, I suppose. That one's a bit softer. It's still no good though because it's all kind of sticky and anyhow, probably they haven't been exposed to the light the same, but the inside ones are better than the outside ones. Okay. Right, so we know that wheel is, that hub is stuck onto the axle, so, and I want these to be red, so we'll have to mask up the axle, I think, to do this. Okay. Get the wheel off, the spare wheel off, or the tyre off the spare wheel. Right, so we got the windscreen to get out, so we'll use the hot straw again, the metal straw, and heat it up. Okay, my straw's getting hot. I'll keep it under the flame for a minute. Okay, here we go then. That's it. There you go. She's out, eh? Right, I'll leave that in the vise to cool down. And I'll leave the blowtorch there to cool down. Right, so I've got to patch this windscreen up as best I can. Because I want to make a mould of it. I'm going to see if I can make a windscreen for my, one myself, a window unit myself. Okay, right, well, I was looking at this and it's not going to be easy to put a rivet or anything in there because it's too thin, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Where's the piece? I don't know whether to glue it back or to screw right through, but it's a bit botchy if you screw right through. So what I might do, the camera keeps swiveling, I might drill a little way out of that into that rather, and then so we can just put a very short piece of rivet just over the top to make it look alright. Okay, so these posts I'm going to drill out. I shall probably put screws in, and then yeah, we'll screw the base on. I think that's the best way. Okay, this is going to go in the caustic now with all the metal bits, and then we'll come back to you with that bit when that's all you know, cleaned up and been in the caustic. Right, I'm going to drill this out. Get this plate off. Now that's it. Okay, so that's off. See, it's rusty underneath, so it needed getting off. Okay, this axle, I'm going to have to get that off as well, but there's not so much room as on the back of the lorry tractor unit, so I might use the little thing on the end of the rotary tool. But I've done that once, so I'll do. Excuse me, I've got something catching in my throat. Yeah, so I'll use the Dremel. I'll do it off camera because you've seen me get that one off, so the video will be too long and boring otherwise. This I might hand paint. I don't really want to go down the road of getting these wheels off. The axle's a bit bent, so we'll have to straighten that up, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, so I'll get those wheels off and then we'll dunk the whole lot in the caustic soda, and I'll come back to you when it's all cleaned, unless there's some other problem in between after the caustic soda. But if there's no problems, I'll come back to you when it's all cleaned up. Right, okay, before we go in the caustic, I'll show you what I've done. I forgot when I said the next step would be in the caustic. So basically, these are all the bits I've broken off and cut off. I just twisted them off with the pliers, and then I had to saw some of it with a hacksaw. I did a bit with my Dremel, and I mean my Dremel, not my multi-tool or whatever you call it, not my what they call them. Anyway, whatever it is, I've got a cheap one and I've got the proper Dremel, so I use the proper Dremel on this. It's like, you know, only special occasions and Sundays I use the Dremel. So we've got it all cut down to that. Now I was trying to think how to hook on the trailer, so I've got the top of this piece here which I cut off. I might have cut a bit too much almost, but I was thinking of the Corgi models and you know how they use the tyre to, well, there's little bits of tiny metal filings everywhere. Yeah, they use the tyre to hook the trailer on. So what I've done, the top of this piece that I cut off there, I'm going to put it underneath. It does almost go through, but I'll have to glue it. Sometimes it does go through, all according to which way you put it. I don't want it to go through. I've filed probably a bit too much off, but anyway, if I get it in the right place it won't, and I'll glue it. Yeah, so I've put a rubber grommet in there, in this piece anyway. That's what I want to do with it, but I've just put a rubber grommet in, and I've punched a hole in the rubber grommet, so that's going to go under there. And then this piece I've just rounded it like the Corgi trailers, and that's how I'm going to do it, to hook the trailer on. See, put that under there. This will go through. Hopefully we'll go through, if I can get it in the right place. There. Now, I don't know, I might have to put a washer in between. I'm not sure, I might have to glue onto the trailer or something, because it might be too low for the, I'm hoping not, but it might be too, I don't think it will be when that's glued in place. You know, that's fine. It'll be fine, I think, once it's glued in place. That'll hold it up. So I'm quite pleased with that. I think it's going to do really well. Yeah, the trailer's very slightly wider, but I'm not bothered about that, because when I was driving the Arctics, this will only be a 7'6" lorry, I would imagine, I would think. We used to have trailers which were wider than our cobs, we used to call them, tractor units. We had to have a P30 permit to drive them here in Jersey because they were over width. They were 8'2", but most of the trucks are 8'2" now over here. How times have changed. Okay, so that's as far as I've got. So now, yes, it's got to go in the caustic. Okay, we're all ready for the primer. I had to cut the box off that was there because when the trailer's on, the corner was catching it, so you couldn't turn sharp. And I've drilled out for dual headlights. I hemmed and hard and hemmed and hard, and then I thought, okay, I'll do it. So that's done, already cleaned up, ready for the primer, and so is the trailer and this base. I've got a couple of other little bits still to do, just these two bits, because my drill battery went flat, so I had to charge it, so I left it. Yeah, so I'm going to go out and spray the primer on that now. Right, here we are with the primer done. Come out alright. Been a couple of days since I did this. There's all the bits and pieces, the base and all that. Right, what I need to do, because this is going to go in CRAPAUD colours, I need to do the red. So I'm just going to spray the mud guards, you know, it'll all, a lot of the red will go on everything. But I'm going to do the red first, so I'll spray the back and these mud guards red, and then we'll leave it for a day, 24 hours or whatever, before masking it off. So I'm going to go out and do that now. It's not ideal conditions, it's been drizzling this morning. I think it's stopped now, so I'm just going to go out and do this whilst it's stopped. Okay, I'll see you when that's done in a few seconds for you. Right, okay, I've masked this off, and guys, take me about 3 hours to do. With that and the trailer was the worst. I thought it'd be quite easy, and it wasn't. Yeah, so I hope it's going to turn out alright. It's so difficult to get the masking tape up into those corners, or you know, right in there. So I don't know, well, we'll see how it goes. So just going to make sure it's, you know, just run my finger over that tape there again just before we go out and spray it, or I go out and spray it. Right, so I'm going to go out and do that now. I'm going to do it with a green for my CRAPAUD colours, so we'll see how it goes. I did order a tailboard for this, and I thought I'd get two whilst I'm at it. It was from Steve Flowers, but I didn't bother going on their website. I did it on eBay. I know it costs a bit more, but I can't be asked with phoning them up and all that. And anyway, I did it on eBay, and then a couple of days later I got a message saying, sorry, they made the balls up. They haven't got any, and they've got to get new moulds made, so it'll be a while. So I'm going to have a go at making one myself, because I can't be, you know, I don't want to wait. I'm impatient like that. You know. Right, I'm going to go out and do that before it rains. It looks a bit grey out there. I think it's going to be alright. Anyway, I'm going to go out and do that, and I'll come back to you when I've done that. Right, yesterday I jumped the gun a bit. The bumper should have been red, and I forgot to mask it off. It was only, you know, when I was taking one last look before going to bed, like you do. I always come in here before going to bed, make sure I've turned everything off, and I was looking at the model and I thought, you idiot, you're supposed to have masked the bumper off, because that should have been red as well. So it was red, it's now green, now it's got to go back red again. So this is what I've got to do. I've got to mask off the cab anyway for the roof to go white, so I'm going to do it with this thin tape. So I'll start masking off around these this area, you know, the under the grill. Hopefully I can get it right. I just push it in with a cocktail stick. I think that's more or less it. I'll probably go around again. Actually that one, I'll stuck it to the mudguard now. That one needs to go up a little bit, just under the headlight. There, I think that's as near as damn it. Okay, so I'll just go around a bit more there. Oh, see, this is what happens with these ruddy clamps. They're not great. If you've just painted something, I've had that a couple of times, either they've snapped or it's when they've been used quite a few times they start to get weak, and I put them in a caustic as well when I do my caustic soda. Okay, so I'm going to cut that piece off there. I'm not happy with that bit there. Okay, that's okay, that can go up there. Because I don't really want that bit there of the bumper to be red. It might have to be actually. Yeah, it might have to be. Right, okay, that can go, that can stick up there on the cab because that's going to be covered anyway. And I'll tell you what, you see my masking, box of masking tapes, what's left, I need to reorder some. I've got this in here. You know, when you get something from Steve Flowers, he sends you all this shit of models they've got for sale, restored models. Some of these prices are a bit bloody steep, but instead of throwing it straight in the bin, I use it to mask off the vehicle. So that's what that back bit of paper is. It's this. I mean, I do look at it sometimes to see what they're charging for stuff, but I wouldn't buy anything ready restored anyway, because that's, you know, we buy old shit, don't we, to restore. That's the whole idea of the game. Funny, when I'm at the auction, I see good models, I think, oh, you know, Dinky or Corgi, unless it's a rare one, then I go for it, but I like them when they're all knackered and, you know, ready for us to restore. There's my bit of straw, I need to put that back in the box of masking. I'm having coffee. My old CRAPAUD mug, you can't see. CRAPAUD Nick. T-Mew again. Right, so I'm going to mask off the rest of the cab. The whole lot's going to be covered by the roof. So what I'll do, I'll start going around the roof. There's a nice line there. Nice. That's nice to do it. I will do the actual gutter line. I assume that's what it's meant to be. And this is just a casting line. But I'll spray the white on the gutter piece, obviously, because that's part of the roof. Okay, so that's the front bit. And then I'll go around, I'll do the sides. I'll do the back first because I've got the clamp on it that way, and then I'll turn the clamp around. I've got my light overhead, that's the trouble, and my camera is right in front of the light, so I've got a shadow on the bit that I'm trying to mask off, which isn't clever. I have got my old phone I've kept charged now, and I'm going to use that probably to film. The only thing with the phone, the app I use, you've got to, you know, it won't read it on the app, so you've got to change the format of the video, so it takes a little while to do all that, which is why I haven't used it up till now. Excuse me, I would blow my nose. But I need to get some new batteries for this camera. Like I've said before, they won't send to Jersey. So I'm going to have to get them sent to my stepdaughter in Wales, and see if I can get them that way. Pick them up next time we go away, or next time we're over, which will probably be around Christmas time. So it's quite a long wait. Okay, so you get the gist of it. I mean, you've seen Martin, poor old Martin, and a lot of other people doing the masking, so I don't want to make the video too long. My videos are already long, so I've been told. So I've got to try and cut them down a bit, but I don't know how without, you know, showing a lot more of the content. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with that, and I'll show you before I go and do the bumper red again and the white on the roof. I should be able to do both lots alright today. Okay, see you in a minute. Oh, blimey, I did that up well. Let's get this off first then. I'm going to put the camera a bit higher. It's right in my way there. I don't remember which piece I put on last. This piece looks as if it might. It doesn't come next because there's one before that. Okay. Where now? Ah. Fizzled out quickly. Not that one yet. Now we're getting somewhere. Well, I thought we were anyway. I thought we were. And that one goes under there, so. Ah. There you go. I would speed it up, but on the app I use, if I speed it up, it makes all the, like the music I put in at the end, I put the music in last, and it mucks it all up. It goes out of, if you go in slow motion or you go in fast speed, it cocks it all up. It goes out of sync. Which is a pain in the arse. I don't know why it does that. Now these sort of ones, you've got to be careful with these. You pull them at a funny angle, it might get the paint off. Come on. That's not wrong. Better cut that. Hey, cut this. Right. My coffee's getting cold yet. Coffee again. Right, so we've got another piece in there, so it's this piece. Come on. Yeah, it's a job to put the tape in these corners, and then you can't get the blooming thing out afterwards. There you go, it's got a nice neat line in there. Stuck well. Oh, so this nearly went on the floor. Yeah,
That's that bit done. Tiny little bit of paint went through them. You hardly notice it. A little bit there, I'm not even going to bother with it. I'm just going to leave it. Right, let's get this piece off. It's stuck well, this bloody tape. Good job the paint stuck well as well, otherwise I'd been in trouble there. Oh, that's not good, that's stuck on the roof. I should have taken that off. There you go, taking it off now. Right. Get this piece off. One. Last piece. What's the line like? I thought it was the last piece, but it's the one before the last. It's going to be a pain in the arse, the last bit. That's the only little bit, I think. It's just that little tiny bit there, which is nothing. And a couple of little bits there maybe. Sometimes, it's not bad though, it's pretty good. Sometimes just running along. It might have been a bit too long, so I might have to touch that in. But otherwise it's not bad, and we've got the right colour bumper now. Okay, so it's just this back bit to get off. There's no point in me showing that because it's nothing masking sort of thing. It's just over the whole lot, so there's nothing two-tone or anything about it. Right, well I've just been trying to sort out wheels and tyres. So I'm putting the wheels on here, so I'm just going to pin it over. So I do it on this little anvil now. And well, you've seen me do it before. I'll have to lift the camera a bit, otherwise I'll whack it with a hammer. I've got loads of tyres, loads of the grey tyres, and not so many of the black ones. Well, I have got quite a few black ones, but they're not quite the same tread, so I looked at it to put white ones on, and I think, or grey ones, and I don't think they'll look that nice. They were alright when it was a concrete mixer, but not now. It's an articulated lorry, an Arctic tractor unit. just keep going around like that. Look, try not to hit the wheel like I just did. So you keep going around in a circular motion. You've seen me all do it before, and I'm sure a lot of you do it like this as well. Don't bang too hard, otherwise you end up bending the axles, and that's no good when you do that. Takes a long time sometimes. This one's quite hard. Taking forever. Yeah, he's getting there. Oh, it's taking for ages, this one. I'll carry on with it off camera because it's taking forever, but that's how I do it. It's nearly there. The wheel won't come off now, but I'll just do it a bit more. Here we are. That's it. Done. It's nice now. It's made a pretty nice dome. Okay, I'll put the other tyre on. I did have two narrower tyres I was going to put on the front, which have got mixed up now. So I think that's going to be the same. Yeah, to put that on. I normally like putting the tyres on from the inside in case it takes a bit of paint off the rim. And now I should probably put these in water, hot water. There you go, just make sure they're straight on the rim. There you go. Lovely job. So I've got to put the trailer ones on. That's not going to be so easy. I'll do that off camera because they've got mud guards that I could damage and all that sort of thing. So I'll do that off camera. Right, okay, next we need to put the back wheels on here. I don't remember which way around they go, but it doesn't matter because we're not putting the mixer back on, obviously. So hang on, I can't remember now which way around this goes. Okay, it's that way. So I'm just going to glue that. I've got no choice other than to glue that on there. Yeah. So I've got some glue. Put some on there with a cocktail stick. There and there. Oh, I can't get it in the right place. Oops, I'm going a bit hard to get it where you need it. And actually, whilst I've got this glue handy, and I have gone let it run a bit down there, I'll put some around, a little bit around there, because that little rubber bung thing is probably going to come out when you push the trailer on. When you go to pull the trailer out, I don't think it will stay there, so that's what we're going to do whilst we got this glue here. Okay, where is it? Okay, I've got it here in the pot, if I can get it out. Okay, so I'll push that in from the top. Oopsie. Okay, I've gone too blooming far now. That's super glue, then I'll take the paint off. Okay, I think we got it right now. I'll put that there, I've got super glue in my hands. Right. That's okay, right, we need to put the wheels on first. Don't forget that. There you go. And that's it, more way down. Oh, gold has fallen out again. Oh, this is a bit awkward. Right. Come on. Come on. Oh, that's it. Okay, well, I'm going to have to hold that there now. I'll push down there. Okay, so I'll leave that for a bit and then we'll come back to it. I must remember to put the spare wheel on there. Spare tyre. Right, okay, that's dry now. I'll put the spare tyre on in waiting. And also I've put a blob of 5-second fix over the top where the rivets would have been. So it looks a bit like rivets, and I'll just paint a bit of silver on that. Okay, I mustn't forget, and I had forgotten, the old jewelled headlights need to go in. I need a cocktail stick. I've got them there. I need my bit of stick with a blue tack on. A toothpick with the blue tack. Get some gem tack. Look, I've got plenty there. I think I've got a bit much. Put a dab in each side. Come on, run down the stick. Okay. I think that's enough. Maybe a little bit more in that one. There. Right, hang on, I'll just wipe the glue off. Right, okay, let's just get the first one in. If I can get it to land the right way. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ow. I spiked my finger on the end of the cocktail stick. Oh bugger, I've pulled it out now. I have to watch that one because I'm not sure if I put enough glue in that. Okay, the next one. There. I might put, do I need some more glue in that, or do I chance leaving it like that? I can't see because the blasted camera's in front of me. I probably could have put a bit more glue in both of them. We'll see. That one's not sitting right. Okay. I think that's pretty straight. If there's not enough glue and they drop out, I'll just get some others. I've got a whole load of them. Okay. Right, this next but I'm going to have to use some 5-second fix. Now, I made a mould for the window unit because I thought, oh, I'll do that. Yeah, I managed to flatten that one, smooth it off. I filled it, and of course when I made a mould, it's the inside that gets you know, that you use, not the outside. And you know, you need the inside and as well. And I was going to pour the stuff in, but then you see the marks because the inside, I put a lot of glue inside. So what I did, I've got a vac form machine now. I bought one in the end, which I was surprised on Amazon, £101, and when I went to pay for it, it was £88, excuse me. So I had to make one by putting it over the top of that, vac forming over the top of that, which makes it a little bit big. So I had to cut each side there and cut a bit out and bring it in, but it's still a bit tight for the windscreen part of it. So what I'm going to do, put some 5-second fix around, and then I'll have to try and push down on it as I'm you know, as I'm trying to hold the light. I might have to put the light in my mouth. So we're going to try that. I don't know if this is going to work. I hope so. A little bit apprehensive about it. Right. I need to put a bit. Come on. Need to put a little bit along there. Oh, that probably won't be too bad. Right, just point the end of that. Right, in we go. So I think that's gone all right. Let's pull a little bit away the back, but you don't really notice it. You know, it hasn't pulled down, but it's pulled. The bottom's pulled a little bit away from the side of the cab, or the back end of the cab. Right, so anyway, that's in. She's not going to look too bad. It's got a few little marks in it, but on the whole I'm pleased with the way that's worked out, because I didn't know what I was going to do when I started this. I didn't have the vac form machine, and I thought, oh, sod it, everybody's talking about it, and I thought I'll get one, see how I go with it. And it's a lot easier and a lot better than what I thought it was going to be, so I'm really pleased with it. Okay, I'll come back to you in the next bit because my memory card is full, telling me, well, I've got 2 minutes left, so I need to stop this and change it. Okay, we're back. Right, so our next step, oh, don't say I've chipped that, putting the screen in. I think I have. Just have to touch it up a little bit. Right, the next job is just this, to put the wheels on. So 2 rivets. So I've got my glue, cocktail stick. Come on. There we go. A little bit more. I want to make sure I put enough. Sometimes when I look back at my video, I think, Christ, you put loads of glue in there. Used to make old Corgi Bob laugh, the amount of glue I used to put in, but I don't care. I don't want the rivets coming out. Not unless I want them to. Right. Let's put the wheels on. The wheels. The base. The base. I used to have a spiky thing I used to put these rivets in with. Don't know what's happened to it. I've put it somewhere and I've had to tidy up and I've forgotten where it is. Doesn't matter, we didn't need it. Right, leave that dry for a few ticks. And got a chip there as well. I'm going to touch all those little bits up. It looks bigger than it is because the light's shining on it. It's a little tiny one. Okay, I'm going to touch up those little bits and then I'll do those, you know, artificial rivets if you like. I'll put the 5-second fix on. I'll just do those with silver and then we'll do the next little bit. Right, okay, there you go then, another one saved from the Dinky scrapyard. From concrete mixer to articulated lorry. So I hope you like what I've done with this one. Done it in the CRAPAUD transport colours. I put a Jersey number plate on it. A little tax disc thing, it's not really a tax disc, it's just a silver disc. I think I had them off Mr. Ian Hulley, something to do with the little trains. So yeah, we made our own windscreen and we made a tailboard for it. I did the vac form on the ones that go on the Mercedes-Benz trailer and the, well, the actual lorry body, and it was too big. It was a different size. It was me thinking it was the same size. So anyway, I managed to sand each side down and the top and make it fit, and it hasn't turned out too bad. It didn't paint very well, but I'd sprayed some of that, you know, the stuff that's easy, what they call it, you get stuff out the mould, makes it easier. Got it there, silicone release spray, and that must have contaminated the actual plastic. Even though I cleaned it when I came to paint it, the paint was going a bit blotchy, so it's not great, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, so we've done all that, and I think it's turned out quite nice. We've put an Albion badge on the front, and we've put a P30 plate on the trailer, which is how we used to do it here in Jersey. When I was driving, the trailers were wider than the actual tractor unit, so they were over width trailers for Jersey, and you had to have the P30 permit on. What P30 stands for, I've never known. But yeah, anything over 7'6" has got to have P30. I think the buses don't have to have it, or the coaches. But they checked, well, they're checked anyway every year, but they don't have to display a P30 badge as far as I know. But yeah, I think it's turned out rather well. I did put some black wash in the grill, but it didn't work very well. But yeah, it's rather nice.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold your horses there, Nick, you crapo, you! You're not finished yet, Bucket. You've got no looking glasses on your lorry. How are you going to see when you're going backwards in reverse? You're not going to see nothing. Plus, you've got no indicators. People not going to know what direction you're turning, eh? Yeah, but I'm going to use my hand signals like I was taught on my test. Oh yeah, but the modern generation now, they haven't been taught all that. They don't know nothing about that. All they know about for hand signals is the 1 or the 2 fingers. You're going to have to sort all this out. You've got no rear lights, no nothing. Brake lights, bugger all on there. You're going to have to sort it all out. Okay, I'll try and get some mirrors and then I'll put some lights on, brake lights and all that, and should be okay. I gotta keep an eye on you all the time, my boy, eh?
Right, I'm going to put some backlights on this. I need a bit of glue, and I've done this before. I'd forgotten I used to do it like this. The old grey matter's not functioning so well these days. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I've got these little tiny O-rings, don't ask me what size they are, I don't know. So I'm just going to dip a little bit in the glue. Oh, here we go. See, I got all over the tweezers now. Cabbage. Oh, there's a cabbage. Right, so what I want to do, make sure I get it in the right place. So about there, I would say. Oh, stuck it to my finger now. That's really what I didn't want happening. Okay. So I'll get another one, put him alongside. Okay. So let's get him in there as well. Oh. Well, they're both moving everywhere. Shit. So there's the trailer. So I hope that doesn't mess up the mud guard now. Right. Hopefully that'll be alright. And hopefully I won't bugger up the other side. Oh, thought I had that well enough propped. They always go everywhere but where you want the damn things. Okay, it's about right, a little bit more maybe. I want it to be level with the other one. Okay, so when that's dry, I'm going to shove some of these dual bed lights in. They're sticky back ones flat. So that's what I'm going to do there, and I'll do the same with the back of the truck. Okay folks, that's well and truly it this time. I've had enough. Yeah, I thought it looked crap without any mirrors. So I'd 3D printed some mirrors. I got a file, an STL file off of Thingiverse with different wing mirrors on, and I made them smaller, but I haven't quite made them small enough. I should have gone a bit more and made them a bit thinner. But never mind, next time. They're on now, and they look alright, I think. Also, there was a big gap there in between the trailer and the back of the cab, so I thought, well, I'll make some airlines and put those on, and a little, you know, gantry to get up and plug them in. I've just stuck that for now with you know, double-sided tape, and the airlines are just pushed into that piece on the trailer. They're glued into this side, so I can take it off if I want. Now the airlines are too big, really. I've made them too big. Now all that is I've got it up here, some strimmer line, just, you know, it's the cheap one, the thin one. It's 1.3 millimeter. Now that's too thick, but anyway, that's all I had to use. So I would imagine catgut smaller than that. I don't really know what size, you'd have to experiment. And then basically what I did was clamp it with one of my clamps. Hang on, sorry, I'm going a bit skew. It wasn't this one, but it was a skewer. It was a slightly thinner skewer like this. So I clamped it one end of the nylon with one of my surgical clamps here that I used to paint my stuff. Sorry, I don't know where I'm pointing that. And then I wrapped it around as tightly as I could. Then when I got to the, I did quite a length. I clamped at the other end the same with the surgical clamps, or scissor clamps, and then I just stood it up in front of the little halogen heater for 5 minutes, and then when I undid it, I ended up with a nice springy, coily piece of nylon. Hang on, I'll show you. I think I've got some. Where did I put? I had a bit left over. I don't know what I've done with it now. No, I can't. I don't remember now. I've got so many bits and pieces in here. I've put it in one of the tubs. Maybe I put it in this one. No, I don't know where I put it. But anyway, you end up with a nice coil of nylon that's nice and springy. But this is too, the gap now is not enough, and that's all I could fit in there, and they're not quite springy enough for the size of the model, if you know what I mean, for the scale. So like I say, smaller stuff would be better, so you can do it the same way. I would imagine it will work okay in the same way. So that's what I've done there. So trouble is with that there now, you can turn the lorry a bit, but not a lot. I don't know if you can see the way that's. They do spring out a little bit, but not enough. So that will be changing in the future. I'm not sort of 100% happy with that, but I quite like the look. Okay, so also I put, oh yeah, well you saw me do it, did you see? Oh no, I'll show you. Before we go, I'll show you what I did there with those lights. I think I did film that. I didn't film everything after, but I did film that. And the number plates, I had made some and I thought they were crap, so I redid them. I remade them. I went and printed another new lot, and that's just on sticker paper. But what I did on the trailer, I cut a piece of wire and I bent it like in a U shape, and I put it behind that number plate to make it nice and rigid. I've also done one on the truck below. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see, it's under there, but I put it in the middle, and I put a little jewel there alongside to sort of replicate a number plate light. It's not really great. I have got some oval ones that I was going to put on, and I was going to paint some Molotov over half of it, but they're too big. The other thing I wanted to do, but I couldn't find or think of anything, I didn't want to just paint it on. There should be some indicators on the sides. They're like the old long ones, just sort of just about, hang on, you can't see because just about there on the lorry, on each side. So I haven't put that on. If I find something at a later date that I think would represent that indicator lens, I'll put it on, but until then I'll leave well alone. So that's definitely one saved from the Dinky scrapyard. Well, the lorry part anyway. Perhaps you could have found the parts and repaired it, but as I say, I've got two more of those. I've got one from Peter Horton, and I've got another one, and one of them's in good condition. I'm not going to touch it at all. The other one I can restore as what it's meant to be, which I'll do at a later date. That's why I thought, well, I'd just as well code 3 this one, and I think it's turned out really nice. I do like it, actually. One I'm really happy with. Okay, so as I say, that's it then, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll do the same as usual. Outdoor shots, then we'll do the turntable before and after clips, and then some AI shots after that. So if you have enjoyed this, please come back again next time for another diecast restoration. So hopefully we'll see you in the next video. So until then, cheerio for now, bye bye, abato.